Howdy, hey folks, this is Jesse from Team SodaKan, and today I'm going to showcase my AncientTroymon list for the BT6 format. It's a very casual deck, but a fun one nonetheless, and so I'm a big fan of green, and I'd like to showcase it. So let's put this off to the side, and then get into our babies. So, 5 babies, because security control is a thing, so you need 5 just to get the extra draw and be able to be prepared for long games. Our 4 of, because it is a 4-1 split, is the BT6 Pinomon. This is just nice because since the way that we have the deck built is to semi-control the opponent's board and then just be getting rid of their things by swinging into it, we get extra draws. And since we're stalling out a tiny bit, we play the one of BT2 Argomon level 2 just for the additional memory gain during the unsuspend phase. It gives us just a little bit more to play with and just a little bit extra. That's it for the babies. Going into our level 3s, of course, we play a lot of 2-drops. So starting off with 2 Goblimon and 2 Argomon. We just play 4 2-drops to have potentially turbo things. And then we play 3 of the Star Deck 4 Palmon. Since we're swinging into our opponent's Digimon, or at least that is the goal, we want more extra power. And then 3 of Bakumon from BT6. As I'm sure some might know, I absolutely love the design. Cute little box boy with a Mekumon in the background. But this is just, you know, we can Ancient Troy suspends 2 things without blocker when an opponent swings. So that fulfills Bakumon's requirements to be gaining the additional memory. Obviously, it doesn't go off very well, so I would even say you can play only 2 Bakumon and go for a 4th Palmon, or even a 3rd ST4 Tentomon. You know, if you want more power or more draws. Or even if you want to choke your opponent a little harder with a Terriermon, play a 2nd Terriermon. The main reason I only play 1 Terriermon is because I only have 1 of this art, and this Terriermon is the entire reason I even built AncientTroymon for this format, because I love this artwork. Just look at how pretty it is. But that is all that we play for our level 3s, apologies. Let's get into our level 4s. So BT6 is a format where blockers are not the most important thing, especially these cheap to evolve 5k blockers are especially not that great because of Huckmon, and then also with things like Jessmon going around. Piercing is a pretty common thing. And then, you know, Agumon deleting anything, and Gabumon just sending stuff back to the bottom of the deck. It is what it is. But, you know, since we are playing a stally type deck, we do want blockers just for the potential stall. And since we do have some Digiburst stuff, we play 2 Weedmon that, when it's Digibursted, you gain a memory. And, you know, AncientTroymon, we gotta play hybrids. So we're playing 3 of Petaldragon and then 3 of the Arbormon. Arbormon is the one that feels a lot better to actually evolve with, just naturally, and Petaldragon is what we want to be playing off of AncientTroymon gain deleted, obviously. But it is also still not a bad option because it just has piercing, and piercing is overall a great skill. Like I said, it makes blockers semi-useless. And speaking of extra blockers, we do play an additional Woodmon just so that way like Huckmon that can't pop this. That is it for our level 4s. We're going to hop into them level 5s real quick. So for level 5s, Digisorption is a hell of a skill. Essentially making things free and being able to turbo really fast. So we play 3 Blossom. Blossomon is just a really good card. It's a free to evolve, essentially. And by the end of the turn, you're into your level 6 when you go into Blossom. For more Digisorption, we play, of course, the one of BT2 Argo, the level 5 Argo. It works especially well, of course, with the ST4 Tento. That is the main way we want to bring out the Tento to get that reveal. But, you know, obviously a one of. The main reason why this is hit and like Lord Nightmon wasn't addressed is Lord Nightmon, you still have to pay to evolve it. This you don't have to pay. Obviously this is an inheritable skill, but Digisorption is just too quick for certain things. And you know, like I said earlier, it's a Stally deck. So we play 2 Cherrymon just for a big blocker, and it is 2 to evolve. Overall for like level 5 blockers, green I think does have the best one, with it being 2 to evolve. Is just green turbos really fast, and I do adore it. And then since we're swinging into our opponent's Digimon, we're playing 3 ST4 Mega Kabuterimon. Just to, you know, swing into our opponent's Digimon. And while we won't be piercing through it, we can potentially be still taking out security anyway. And without having to worry about the actual checking part of it. So for level 6s, it is an AncientTroymon deck, so 4 AncientTroymon. You know, like I said, very casual deck. This isn't like green control. I mean, it technically kind of is, but it's not meant to be like best green control. This is meant to be playing AncientTroymon and doing AncientTroymon things. But we also play 2 Nidhogg and then 1 Rafflesiamon just for the more control aspects. You know, these 2 I just find pair very well together, and Rafflesiamon being able to evolve onto a level 6 I think is also fantastic. And main reason I play the Rafflesiamon is, you know, the cheaper to evolve onto a level 5 as well than a 5 cost. I feel is a nice option to have, especially when you consider that I believe one of the first iterations of this deck was playing the Tropical Venom, I believe, out of BT6, that it gives your opponent's Digimon a skill of on deletion, lose 2 memory. But, you know, that's just not good enough, and so going for a little bit more control aspects here. Our option cards, I keep them pretty simple. We play 2 of green memory boosts just to search out when we need to. You know, green draws a lot of cards and builds their stacks really fast. So while it's not super necessary, it's just you can search for the pieces that you do actually need, and then be able to, you know, gain more memory and build bigger stuff, or have more stuff to stall out your opponent ever so slightly. We also play 2 Needle Spray. Needle Spray I feel is just overall better than Flower Cannon. Flower Cannon is more blowout out of the security, but Needle Spray is more consistent, which I will always think and say. I'm sure there are plenty of formats where Flower Cannon is going to be fantastic and a better option than Needle Spray, but we do play 1 Flower Cannon because since blockers are not that important in this format, you're going to be suspending a lot of your opponent's stuff when it's hit out security, and it's just being literally Needle Spray in your hand is still perfectly fine. And then our last option card is, of course, Hidden Potential Discovered. There is a reason that this card is at 1. I don't think that this card in particular can come back to 1. The level 5 Argamon, you can see an argument for it to come back to more copies, but this, I don't think can. This is just, it makes literally all of our top end free, and it's nutty with Nidhogg in particular, making Nidhogg free, Digibursting, blowing out your board, and typical Nidhogg BT4 format type things. That is it for our options though. For Tamers, we keep it nice and simple. We play 2 Mimi, you know, just being able to cycle through our eggs faster. Again, also another reason why we play 5 eggs. And being a memory setter is fantastic. And then we play 1 Izzy and Mimi. This is more as a, you could play 3 Mimis, but also with aggressive decks, you can potentially start your turn with 3 memory, with 5 memory. And then you know, it also has its fun little skill of potentially being able to evolve into your Ancient Troy or your Nidhogg or your Reflegiamon for free. Actually, you know, it also just helps you search through your deck a little faster type thing. But you can easily replace Izzy and Mimi for an additional Mimi. I maybe would even consider doing that, but I think this is funny and fun to play with, and this is supposed to be a fun deck to play. So this is the route I went with. And that is it for my AncientTroymon deck. I hope y'all found it interesting. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.